life
And
badly for a long
here's
time.
what that one car deal, that $3,000 gross, could possibly do.
Right.
I don't know how security clearances are broken down now. I had to go through a 7-level security clearance for my particular skill set. Everybody in the service has some level of a security clearance. If a E4 walks into a dealership, he's got a 550 bureau score, a couple $1,000 in his pocket.
Yeah. That's trouble.
His wife is sitting there. She's in her second trimester. They got another little porch monkey running around playing in the bounce house. Another little rug rat. Another one on the way.
Yep.
90% of this kid's monthly earnings are already gone. Okay, and he tells the salesman, "I got to be 300 or under."
Right.
Okay.
Right.
And customer desires 300 a month right on the purchase order. How many times have we seen that? Goes into
Green
F&I.
pen.
He gets bought. There's no line 5.
Right.
The F&I manager walks him at $495. The woman is, "Honey, we can't afford this." Well, his ego kicks in. We'll figure out a way.
Yep.
When that kid's bills start backing up,
Right.
and he can't afford to pay his bills,
Right.
and if he gets a repo,
Yep.
he loses his security clearance, or it's downgraded. Once that happens, he loses his MOS. He could lose a stripe. He could face reduction in rank.
Oh, no,
I
wait,
didn't
wait.
even know that.
No, maybe what MOS? What's that?
Motor service, method of service. It's your job in the service.
So, okay. So he walks into a dealership. Dealership takes advantage of them in one way or another. Or he just screws up like some people do.
Or he
and
just
makes a
screws
bad
up,
decision.
right, yeah.
Well, however, the consequences of a former military
Yeah.
far exceed
Oh, yeah.
the three of us rather than you or
It's
someone
it's somewhat draconian, but it makes sense.
So they lose their security clearance, which could affect them,
their job,
their
income, their ability to be promoted in the future. If it's bad enough, he can face a discharge for other than honorable, or a general discharge
shit. I
that
did
follows him
not
for his
know that.
entire life. So he's sitting there with the F&I manager who says, "The bank says you can afford this.
Right,
Okay?
right,
And if
right.
you don't take this loan as I've printed it,
Right.
we're going to get a hold of your company commander and tell him that there's a soldier out in the community wasting a businessman's time. Is that what you want, specialist?"
Wow.
Yeah, this shit goes on. And there's a dark place in hell, as far as I'm concerned, for dealerships that do that.
You bet.
But the thinking behind this is, if a kid gets really way behind in his bills, a foreign entity could compromise this individual.
Well,
What's the chance of that happening? Probably minimal, but
Yeah.
could it happen?
Yeah.
You got a kid that's a nuclear tech,
right.
and we'll take care of all your bills for
Yeah.
you.
Just sitting here like normal guys is like, that seems like a stretch, but in the real world,
It could happen.
that's probably not that far of a stretch.
Yeah.
That's pretty.
this
That's
is-
really crazy. So, the opposite of that is a dealer taking a stance to, gosh, I mean, as a business owner, as a business person, we want to treat everybody 5-star. We want to exceed expectations. We want to under-promise, over-deliver for all of our customers, right? It's, you do as a business owner, we do as business owners. So, in so-called cause marketing, and that's what Vets Cars is, basically, right? I mean, a part of it. So why should a dealer take the patriotism out of it, if we can?
Yeah.
I don't even know if that's possible. I don't know that that's possible.
It's not, but for our purposes, I know where you're going.
Right, so why should a dealer bend over backwards? These are just cliches. Bend over backwards, try to make the veteran, his or her family, law enforcement, first responders, without a pitch? Why should we, other than the patriotism, why should we go in that direction?